girl and they immediately x-rayed her to see first result. The policeman wanted to rest assured how the girl was doing and waited there to see the result. Everybody was shocked to hear what terrific accident had happened to the girl. So the nurse brought the x-ray picture to the doctor, who became very upset, started yelling at the nurse. She should be, for the God's sake, bring the right picture. Things were about the death and life. He threatened to fire her, and it was unacceptable to make such mistake. The nurse was scared and did not understand what was happening. Those were the pictures of the 5 years old girl that was hit by the truck. The nurse wasn't aware yet of what had happened to the girl. The doctor said, "This cannot be." For on the x-ray, there was not a single broken bone. So the doctor all the time, again and again repeated, "Impossible, impossible, it cannot be." Then suddenly the girl awoke from her pain and then told a story at full consciousness, which made its forth thought the media through the media. In the moment she picked up the ball from the street, she saw the truck coming up to her. The only thing she could do was to yell out for help. She did not call for mommy or daddy, but for her Narasimha Devi. In this moment, when the truck should hit her, she suddenly saw how Narasimha Dev picked her up from the ground, smiled at her and said, "Don't be afraid, nothing will happen to you." The girl continued her story that the Lord had put her on the other side of the street into the grass, but when putting her down, he accidentally scratched her waist, which still hurts her a bit. She spoke about how beautiful Narasimha Dev was, his hair, his eyes, etc. But his clothes were very sharp. Then she said, "He should cut a nail." He wore a golden dhoti, etc. The doctor did not understand anything and told the policeman she still was in shock and hallucinated, which is normal. So the girl was profoundly checked for any injuries, but the only injuries they found on her body were those scratches, and the doctor said this must be form of a wild animal like a lion. As he had cases like this before, so she was disturbed. So he was disturbed and asked if they had brought the girl to the hospital. They brought the girl to hospital as this was injured by the wild animal, not a truck. Nobody was clear about what had happened. The same doctor and the nurse who took care of her later became devoted. As they later learned from the parents who that lion was. As we can see, miracles still today happen, not only in Mahabharata, Puranas, or Shastras that are more than thousands of years old. The little girl was very attracted to this form of God, and in her despair she called him for help. Lord Narasimha Dev did not look if she was initiated and had the right to call his name. He protects his devotees that sincerely worship him in their heart. I am sure that this girl was not common soul who knows what she did in a previous life. The sannyasi heard that she was very much like to eat sweets and prepared a big plate of sweets for her. Rest assured she will not be able to eat it all up. He gave her the mountain of sweets. She took some of the sweets and ran out of playing with her friends. And sannyasi, as soon as she was gone from the room, the sannyasi went over to the plate and took the bread. As from him, this was the best Mahaprasad available, who last time has met Lord Narasimha Dev. So, the story. So, see, even though elevated sannyasi, he took the remedy the 5-year-old girl, but this girl had faith for Lord Narasimha Dev. And when truck hit her, he just called for Narasimha Dev. And that's what it came. This is the power of the. So when we start in daily life, when more we listen about Lord, more we think about Lord, and the time comes, Lord will come to us. Lord will come to us. We don't need to go to Lord. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says that you live your life such a way, don't worry about going to the Lord. You live the life such a way, any devotional service, your chanting, the Lord will come to you. You know? And last thing, I'll just conclude this 2 minutes. One day, Mother Yashoda, a very sweet pastime, she was telling the story to Kana, baby Krishna. He was sleeping and she was narrating the entire story of Srimad Bhagavatam, 10:7, nursing a pastime, Prahlad Maharaj pastime. And then he was listening very attentively. And then finally climax came that Hiranyakashipu wanted to kill, he took his sword and then he wanted to hurt Prahlad Maharaj, and then he broke the pillar, and suddenly Kana, the baby Krishna, jumped from the bed and said, he ate like Narasimhadev, I'll punish you to Hiranyakashipu. And Yashoda said, what happened to this boy? I never told this story to you before, what's going on here? And he started like Narasimhadev, that I'll punish you. And he jumping on the bed, and Mother Yashoda said, really, what's happening here? So yeah, this story is in the one of the Goswamis in the one of the house here. The many pastimes for Lord Narasimhadev. We're very fortunate that we are celebrating Narasimhadev very nicely. Today we'll see Narasimhadev in our temple coming in. They've been preparing for last month. I think couple of weeks. But yeah, I think this is going to be very highlights of our event. So we'll be looking forward to that. But any questions? And Lord Narasimhadev ki jai, Sarvati ki. Any questions?
Can you use the next order?
Yeah. Yeah, I see. I have it on my phone. There's so many stories out there, and I was thinking which one to read. There's so many stories about Narasimhadev. Narasimhadev is real. He is real. Hanuman is real. Ganesha is real. But Ganesha, Hanuman, they get power from Narasimhadev.
Were you here when the Ganesh tried
You were here?
Yeah.
You saw it?
No, my school.
Yeah. I heard that Alex. Okay. You have
Share some of those stories.
share the story. Actually, I like story connected to
Me too.
I think that's why I know
Stories and people in the language.
and then we're talking about
Just pick up the six function under that.
Skid.
Yes.
Years ago. Skid across the beach. First time.
Yeah, and then I was just on so just pick up the picture from
But when she went You can't confront something. I guess somebody that's with my butler here, like somebody land that machine did. I should have broken something. Just a little ball. That was fine. That was super. And I know it was.
It's like, I had one shoe on. It's just, he's on the election. Yeah, and now he's on my morning class. He doesn't listen to me. He looks at all the things. So I would send it, so. And he said, let's start reading every day. And it's crazy. And I said, Lord, hear what you said about you. I want to hear what you said about my dad.
Thank you.